And the
Yeah,
Flixters are back, ladies and gentlemen. So listen,
sure
check this
are.
out. Um,
Oh, look, we've got matching tees, but black and white, like Michael Jackson. It don't matter, you know.
it doesn't matter if you're black
Yeah.
or white.
Ding ling ling ling.
Um,
Ding ling
by the
ling
way,
ling
talking
ling.
about that, did you see the documentary on that whole thing with Michael Jackson,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've seen a few of them. Yeah.
Finding Neverland?
Oh,
Do you
yeah,
remember
yeah,
that
yeah,
one?
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I saw that
That's
one.
still,
Yeah,
I don't know, man. I
yeah.
still think about that one, man. Whenever I hear a Jacko song,
Is it?
I'm
Oh
like,
my
I love
god.
his music, man. I
Yeah.
just love his music too
It's
much.
just a question mark. Yeah. A question
It's just like,
unanswered.
exactly like this whole, Bill Cosby thing. Okay, fine, fair
Mm,
enough. Like, whatever. But Jacko, man, I'm like, oh
mm.
shit, you just don't know, man. You just don't know. But listen, look, folks, thanks for downloading this episode. This is episode 181.
Yep.
We're recording this on the 20th of March, 2022. And Deval and I, we've had a really, really busy week. So we've been watching a lot of Netflix stuff, and we've been kind of, there's been documentaries and there's kind of Oscar buzz stuff that we're going to be speaking about. So we've got Deep Water, which is this new streaming movie on Amazon. There's Windfall, and if we've got time, we're going to chuck in a Oscar-nominated movie called West Side Story. But listen, Deval, before any of all that sort of stuff, I just want to say I watched The Batman again for the second time.
Oh, you got it. Oh, I tried to do it. I didn't get a chance. How did you think? What did you think of it?
You know what? Even better than the first time. Like
Yeah.
honestly,
Okay.
there was bits in there, and totally forgot to mention this. There were bits in the movie that I
Mm.
caught the second time around, man, and it was just like brilliant. Now, here's one thing. There's one the quick thing that you and Emmanuel spoke about. You said, oh, we don't see him running
Mm-mm.
in the movie,
No.
mate. The whole prison scene where he's just running from the police officers.
Oh, that bit.
That scene is wicked. I watched it again for the second time, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm not even joking. It gives it this sense of realism that shit, if this guy gets caught,
Mm.
he's done for. They're
Yeah.
gonna like take his mask off. They're gonna find out who he is. It was wicked.
Oh, yeah.
But
That.
yeah, man, that movie has
Yeah.
done really, really
It's
well
done all right financially,
for.
hasn't it? And the critics, I think, have they've liked it too. I think most people have liked it. Some people just can't really accept him, maybe because of his Twilight days and stuff
Because
like that.
it's
But I
tween,
think
yeah, yeah.
overall, it's done
But
a
I
good
don't
job.
know if Emmanuel asked you this, but where do you stand on the whole? Where does he rank as in your favorite Batman?
I still think for me, Christian
Bale.
Bale, that sort of.
Yeah.
But yeah, that one there for me. I was watching bits of it the other day actually, and it's still good. But yeah,
Yeah.
for me, I haven't really thought of a ranking system yet, but I still think Bale for me is up there. Some people say Keaton's up there, you know.
Exactly. Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah, yeah. Some people still say Keaton, and they're gonna basically mention more of him because when we see the Flash movie eventually. But
mm,
listen, look, folks, that is all going to be coming in the future. And listen, let's get on with today's episode. So listen, like I said before, we hope you enjoy this, and let's get on with it. So Deval, please do the shout outs for us.
yeah, so I've got a few shout outs. I'm going to just reel through them quite quickly, if possible. Please give me a second for this. Yeah, so first shout out. Yeah, actually, do you know what? Some of our shout outs this week came through the question that you posed in last week's episode, where we spoke about time travel. Because we saw the
Oh,
Adam project and that had something to do with time travel. So you said, "Oh, what's your favorite time travel movie?" So I put the question out there on Instagram, and a few people came back.
yep.
Black Blight loved the question. O'Shea PD actually had a great answer
Oh
to the
man,
question. He had a list of time travel movies. His was Terminator 2, Interstellar,
yep.
Primer, good one, 12 Monkeys, Time
Yes,
Bandits, a Sean Connery movie. We had Stead Brett mentioned Butterfly Effect, Army of Darkness.
I like that one
Yeah, I
actually.
didn't have no, I kind of forgot about that one. Back to the Future, Time Cop, Frequency. We've got Sipper
Yes.
underscore Saki mentioned Die Hard, Commando, In Time, Red, Coming to America. I think only one of them is time travel, but it's all good. It's all good. Clive watch.
That's
Clive,
funny.
Clive
That
watched
is
me
funny.
mentioned back in what's this? No, oh no, yeah, he mentioned Terminator. No, he was actually
Yeah.
cussing us actually saying that we didn't mention Terminator. We're back in if you know. or Back to the Future. I mean, the list that I put out for me personally, I put out that my top five was Time Crimes, a Spanish film,
Yeah, yeah.
Predestination, Edge of Tomorrow,
Predestination.
Looper, and Primer. Because for me, those
Yeah.
films, time travel
Looper's
itself,
great.
yeah, the time travel itself was like a character in the film. Time
Yeah.
travel was, something that the film was battling with. So that's why I put those films there because time was a real, component.
Yeah,
So
of course, yeah.
yeah, so that's it.
Nah, brilliant. You know what? Even Edge of Tomorrow. Remember, there was talk of them like doing a sequel to that one, but I mean,
Yeah,
it still hasn't happened. And just looking at that, that's 2014, man. We're going to be coming
yeah,
up to 10 years soon.
good film that was. Good film.
Really,
Good
really good
film.
film. So yeah, thanks a lot for that.
Mm.
People who kind of like commented on those stuff. Right, keep it locked with the fixers on Instagram. And listen,
What?
maybe we can get you on the show one of these days. So who knows? All right, Devout. Let's get on to movie news now.
One quick
Listen,
shout
man,
out.
this
I
is.
forgot to do. So one last shout
Oh
out, and
shit!
I
Sorry.
really have to. But we had a prize winner last week. Somebody won our
Yes.
prize for the review. So do your review, then you can win a prize of Disney Plus subscription free until the 30th of April. You should have did it earlier. But this shout out
Oh man.
goes to Danielle Satias. So Danielle Satias. Hope I pronounced her surname right. But yeah, go check her out on Instagram. She's a dancer by profession, great dancer. She loves movies. She loved the Batman. She put a review out for us. So thank you so much. And yeah, keep it locked into the Flixters. Let us know what else you want us to review, and we'll sort you out.
Yeah, definitely. Maybe, and Daniela, maybe you've seen a West Side Story. Hopefully, we can speak about it, and
Yeah.
maybe we can hear your thoughts on that one because it's a musical. It's got dancing in that one. Right, listen. Let's move on to movie news now. Deval, I don't know. I don't ever think that we've actually spoken about this. Actually, Will Smith's sci-fi kind of a
Mm.
post-apocalyptic, movie from back in the day. Well, I'm saying back in the day, but I mean, what 2004, I think it was. But Will Smith in I Am Legend,
Mm.
they've confirmed that there is going to be a sequel. And here's the crazy thing, man, Deval.
What?
Will Smith is coming back. They are
Yeah.
actually bringing Will Smith. Yeah, this is the thing.
Dr.
So
Neville
at the
something, isn't it?
yeah, Dr. Neville Brown was it or something? I can't remember.
Like that.
But for people who actually, this might be a bit of a spoiler for people who haven't seen the movie. I mean, Will Smith he dies at the end of the movie,
Or does he? We see an
or
explosion.
does
He's in
he?
the room, but he's Will Smith. So,
Well, exactly. So now what they're saying is that he's coming back for the
mm,
sequel, but he's bringing along with him Michael B. Jordan. So
mm,
Adonis Creed himself is going to be coming along. And listen, all I got to say is, if you're going to bring like someone like if you're going to bring big stars at the moment, and
yeah.
Michael B. Jordan, obviously he hasn't reached obviously Will Smith's level yet, but he's getting there,
Oh,
man.
yeah. Yeah, for sure.
He's definitely getting there. Will Smith, he's obviously an Oscar nominated actor. He's been Oscar nominated for King Richard, and a lot of people are saying that he could actually take home the award this year. So yeah, it's just really
Mm,
surprising the fact that he's gone back in time to do a sequel for a movie that he said that he would never revisit again.
mm. Well, money talks, isn't it? Money talks. Look at Daniel Craig and No Time to Die. He
He
made
said never.
exactly, but he gave plenty of time to die in that film. So money talks, and bullshit walks. So I'm sure Will Smith,
Exactly.
you know.
But I think it's just going to be great, the dynamic to see these two actors on screen.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah, yeah,
think,
yeah,
a lot of people are going
yeah.
to flock to the cinema screens to watch this. And it's a really decent story. It's based on a novel
Mm.
and it's based on a movie from the 60s as well,
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
starring Charlton Heston, I think it
yes,
was, or
yeah,
something.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, so we'll see what happens. Right, let's move on to other news now. Devour a well, yeah, it was on Netflix and it was in conjunction with Marvel.
Hmm.
Marvel and Netflix's Daredevil, which was
Yeah,
this great show.
really good.
We were huge fans of it, and it's been on Netflix. It had been on Netflix for a number of years.
Mm.
Now you can find it on Disney Plus,
Mm.
but that's not the news. The
Is it?
news is
What's the
they're
news?
saying that production has already begun on a reboot of Daredevil.
A
This
reboot?
is incredible.
Kai.
Exactly.
Serious?
And when I mean reboot, when I'm saying reboot, I'm not saying like, oh, they're going to recast.
Yeah.
Charlie Charlie Cox is going to be playing Matt Murdock, and we've already seen that because he turned in No Way Home.
Mm.
But the fact is that they are actually moving ahead with this, and my sources, Deval, they're saying, yeah, production's already started, and
Damn.
it's like moving. It's moving ahead. They've got remember how we saw Kingpin
Yeah. Hawkeye.
in Hawkeye?
Yeah.
You know, it just kind of makes sense.
What's the tone going to be? Are they going to keep it gritty, hardcore, and rated R,
They
or
they got
are
to,
they going to
man.
Disneyfy it? Because I hope they don't Disneyfy it, man. I need to see the blood and the hardcore elements of it because it's Hell's Kitchen. It's not Angel's Kitchen. They need to keep it
There you
grimy.
go. If you're gonna do Daredevil, listen. I don't reckon. I reckon he would say. Would he say no if it's like PG?
Money talks, man. He might get that PG money, PG tip.
You're absolutely. Yeah, exactly. So listen, man. Look, we've kind of seen him. He's been introduced in the MCU. He's in the fold now. It's on Disney. We'll see where this goes. But listen, it's probably going to be like a year off. But the big thing is what they're saying is that this is going to be Daredevil for Disney is going to be a huge, huge thing for them because it's going to lead on to other bigger stories and other characters as well. So maybe they're using Daredevil. They could use Daredevil to then bring in, I don't know, like
Mm, yeah. A
like
whole
other characters.
yeah that could and most likely will happen, I reckon, because there are characters
Yeah,
that are at sort of the street level, the sort of not well, I don't want to say lower level, but that that kind of entry level, and they're not flying around basically in the sky. So those sorts of
yeah,
characters, I think, will lend well to this sort of TV show. I think so.
absolutely. All right, let's move on. So on last week's episode, if you caught last week's episode, Deval and I, we spoke about the Adam Project, this
Mm,
new Ryan Reynolds movie. And yeah, it deals with time travel. Where time travel, we love time travel movies and
hmm
stuff. And we kind of gave it like, a thumbs up type of a thing. Not like a big thumbs up, but it was decent. It was fine. Movie that you kind of catch on a Friday night or whatever. But listen, check this out. Deadpool 3
mm.
has its director confirmed, and the connection there is Deval. The director of Free Guy and the Adam Project is the new director for Deadpool
Are you
Part
serious?
3.
Are you serious?
So now here's the thing: are they gonna
It's
dumb
gonna be a
Deadpool
comedy.
down?
Well, they better not, because that's what makes Deadpool special. But you just know it's going to be very, very
Because Free
funny.
Guy,
Yeah,
yeah, Free Guy was obviously like really comedic and it
yeah.
had all these kind of moving parts to it, and Adam Project as well.
Mm,
I hope they can bring the kind of the bad assery back for it, man.
mm.
Seriously.
I hope so too. But I think Deadpool is more loved for his, his comedic elements rather than his,
Yeah.
action. So that's probably the ratio we're going to find, I reckon, unless there's another character in the movie that provides that, the hardcore grit and the action and all that sort of thing. And
Yeah.
Deadpool does his bit. So maybe that would be Cable or someone else.
Ooh,
Mm.
yes. Yeah.
The
Yeah. Because
name's
I think a
Cable.
lot of people would love to see Cable again, man.
Mm. Me too.
Like,
One of
seriously.
my favorite characters, Cable, Wolverine. Love that. Love it.
Oh, man. Seriously. Can't wait to see all these characters again. So we'll obviously keep you posted. But listen, Deadpool 3,
Mm.
that's obviously going to be happening, and Ryan Reynolds has spoken about it. But yeah, but the director is called a guy called Sean Levi, or
Mm.
Levy,
Yeah.
Levi probably. So yeah, he directed Adam Project. So you can kind of see where they're going with the comedy and kind of like,
Yeah.
the film references, and Free Guy as well has got some Marvel references in there as
That's
well.
going to be out when? Probably, what are we in 2022 now? Probably going to be 2024, isn't it? Maybe.
Yeah.
If we're lucky. They've got to start soon if it's going to be 2024, really.
And you know what? How old is Ryan Reynolds?
He's getting on. And the Deadpool 1, remember, was 2016. Deadpool 2 came out only 2 years later. So they were prepared. And if 2018 to 2024, that's 6 years. That's
45 years old.
45, yeah. That's 6 years difference between sequels. It's a long time. That's similar to Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange 1 came out in 2016. Second one's coming out in 2022. 6 years.
You know, this is going to make you think that I was thinking about this the other day because obviously we're going to be watching Morbius
Yeah.
in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Jared Leto, Devaldo, is 50 years old.
No, he's not. No, he's not. Shut
Yes,
up. No, he's not.
he is
No, he's not.
50.
No, he's not. No, he's not.
He is 50
He could
years
easily be 10
old.
years younger. What's going on? He's a
Jared Joseph
no.
Leto
I know
is
why.
50 years
No, I
old.
know why. I know why. I know why. I know why. I know why. He's a vampire, isn't it? What do you expect? He doesn't age. Huh?
But listen, how many more Morbius is he going to make?
As many as he wants to, because he's obviously not aging. You
This
know,
is crazy.
he's not
But
aging.
apparently he wants to tackle Spider-Man.
Mm, yeah. And according to the skills and powers that he has, he should be able to, because he's going to be
Yeah.
he's going to be powerful in this movie.
Huge,
Yeah.
huge, hugely powerful. So listen, look, keep it locked with the Flixters. We're going to be
Mm.
bringing you more movie news. And finally on movie news, Deval, you've got something interesting to tell us. Something that brought a famous actress to tears. This this better be good, man. I'm hoping this is
You know,
going to
you
be
got
good.
beats when you was a kid, and the beats were so bad you couldn't breathe.
when
That's
you
the
got when you
lick. Your
got clapped
soul,
by
your
parents.
soul got licked. Went through your body to your soul. You know them ones.
That's so true, man.
Really. That's the licks where it hurt them more than it hurt you. Those licks, they shape us. Yeah.
Oh man, trust
Anyway,
me.
before we get
See,
child
that's
services
what
involved,
growing up in
yeah.
the 80s, man. That's what it does.
Ain't touch anyone. Yeah. But yeah, so the story is Zoe Saldana watched 20 minutes of the new Avatar movie, and it brought her to tears. She was crying a river like Justin Timberlake. She was
Yeah.
20 minutes brought her to tears. And we know Zoe
Holy
Saldana doesn't
shit.
cry. She hasn't cried
No,
in 20 years.
no,
Well, I don't know that. I'm
no.
just
You
guessing,
seen
but
Gamora?
she's hard. Yeah, Gamora doesn't cry. So yeah, so basically, what they're saying is this movie is going to be so good, so touching that we all got to see it. We're all going to be brought to tears. So in 20 minutes, if tears ain't come down, I want a refund.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. James
We want a
Cameron,
refund.
you know that.
But listen, the guy's got like I don't know how many more chances to make us cry. He's because there's going to be a part three, there's going to be a part
That's true.
four, there's going to be a part five. So flipping hell, man, it's like this guy's got how many more chances he want. But listen, the interesting thing about that is it's December. That's coming out in
Yeah.
December.
So about 9 months from the time we're recording this. So yeah, Christmas movie.
Let's hope it does come out and there's
Mm.
no delays because you know what, man. Fox, yeah, it's a Fox Disney thing, isn't it?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
All right. Well, we'll see. We'll have to be. We'll be the judge of that one, Cameron. All right. Okay. Let's get on to new on streaming now. Deval,
Mm.
this show. I can't believe. Yeah, I saw the kind of this came up on the whole thing. Like when you're scrolling through
Yeah,
Netflix and then
yeah.
the new one.
Mm.
Yeah, this is Top Boy. So yeah. So what season is this now? What season 4?
This is technically the fourth season. They kind of rebranded it last time it came out. But yeah, this is the fourth series that's come out. This is
Yeah.
Top Boy. This is on Netflix. This is like an English sort of version of The Wire, if you want to call it that. Gritty sort of sort of urban settings and city of London, people selling drugs and crime, guns, and cops are
Yeah.
involved, and you know, yeah, all kinds of shit like that's going down. It stars Ashley Walters, otherwise known
Yeah.
as Asher D from the So
Yeah.
Solid
From
Squad,
Solid
and
Crew.
also a great actor as well, if I can call him that. But he's Kano, who's a UK rapper.
Yeah.
He acts really well in this, so he's done really, really well through Top Boy. Obviously stars many other people as well that you've seen in different shows and so on. But yeah, this one's come out just now. Probably going to give it a watch later on today,
Yeah.
actually. And
8.4, man.
it's good. I'm not going to lie, it's good. It's
8.4
good.
on IMDb.
It's good. It is good. So if you like that sort of thing, give it a go. I know a lot of Canadians like it. Drake actually is part of the executive production,
Yeah.
executive producer.
Yeah.
A lot of Canadians love this show. When I went to Dominican Republic, I met some Canadians there, and they love Top Boy. They thought I sounded
Wow.
like a Top Boy, literally. I'll
That's
say in it,
wicked.
say in it, in it.
is
Honestly,
wicked.
mad.
Oh shit!
Top
But
boy.
listen, Deval, why is
Mm.
this gone? This is straight to Netflix then.
Mm.
So it hasn't gone. It hasn't touched like BBC. No, what was it
No, it
on
used to
in
be
the
on
UK? It was
Channel
on BBC,
4,
wasn't it?
Channel
Oh,
4 back
Channel
in the day,
Four.
but now it's straight to Netflix.
They didn't
Netflix,
have the dollars.
Drake helped Netflix basically buy it and then
Right.
produce it on Netflix. Yeah, because for many years there was a massive gap. It didn't come out again.
Because Channel 4 weren't going to
Yeah,
probably make it
exactly.
again.
But Drake wasn't one of the people that helped bring it to life, and here we go.
Wicked.
So yeah, all
Well, there
good.
you go, Drake.
Go get Top Boy.
Yeah, check that one out, folks. All right, new traders now. Yeah, so this is the big one,
Mm,
and this is Marvel. This is Ms. Marvel. So
mhm.
this is how I can't. We're actually going to be seeing this Miss Marvel like this year,
Yeah.
and it's been such a long time since we've heard about the rumors and we kind of saw the kind of the stills and the kind of the production notes and all that sort of stuff. But the trailer has been put out there. You can go check it out on
Mm,
YouTube. This is Ms. Marvel starring Iman Villani.
mm,
She plays Kamala Khan,
mhm.
and crucially, Deval. I've been doing a lot of reading up on this. They've changed her powers, and people are getting really upset about this.
Yeah, I wasn't sure how this will be depicted. I think in the comics, am I wrong in saying that she may have been an Inhuman, or may have links to
Oh,
Inhumans in the comics? I think I'm not sure, but uh, yeah, it was always going to be interesting how they make her, how they make her powers be depicted on the small screen, and
yeah.
people are never going to be fully happy. So
Exactly. And they've made him kind of like, like photon beamy type of a
yeah,
thing.
yeah,
But in the comic books, she can stretch, she can change her body, she can get really big, really small.
yeah,
And a lot of people are saying the reason why they didn't go that route is because of the number four,
Fantastic Four.
because of Reed Richards.
Yeah, they want to keep
They
him.
are
Yeah,
people,
yeah,
people are saying
yeah.
that could they have two stretchy people,
Mm-mm,
like, is it going to confuse people and whatnot? So there's this big kind of debate going on
mm.
that I caught on Twitter and everything like that. So go check that out. But if you haven't seen the trailer, go check it out. It's really interesting. So we're going to find out exactly how she gets her powers and how
Mm,
it fits in with her lifestyle. She's an American Pakistani,
mm.
and she has to contend with the cultural side of things as
Yeah,
well, and kind of falling in love and all this sort of stuff. But also crucially, she's then gonna it's gonna tie in somehow to no, it's gonna tie into the Marvels
yeah,
movie as well
Captain
somehow.
Marvels. Yeah, she in
Yeah,
the comics she really idolizes Captain Marvel. That's where she
yeah,
sort of gets her own name from. And yeah, I think in the future when the Marvels come out, she'll be one of the trios: Captain Marvel, Miss Marvel, and Photon. So it's going to be interesting to see. I think the trailer for this looks quite high schoolish and stuff. She's very
yeah,
young and all that, but it could be an interesting one. This, and
yeah.
also could fall into place with the notion that Marvel are going to set up a young Avengers or new Avengers, because if they are, then she could fall into that place really well. We've seen Kate Bishop, obviously Spider Man will probably be the leader of the Young Avengers,
Yeah,
and we've seen quite a few young ones, Natal Belova, the other Black Widow.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
They
yeah,
could
yeah.
all be part of that crew, So let's see what happens going forward in a few
Yeah.
years' time.
This is good, and
Mm.
this is coming. This is coming after Moon Knight, isn't it?
Yes, Moon Knight looks juicy. I'm trying to stay away from the trailers. I don't want to see too much, but that's out in a couple of weeks. That's looking juicy, very
Ah, can't
juicy.
wait for that
Mm.
one. Can't wait for that. Actually, it's actually going to a good several few months. We've got Moon Knight, we've
Yeah.
got Obi-Wan, and then
Mm.
we're going to get Ms. Marvel,
Oof.
and then
Oof.
obviously whatever else is going to be coming out. So we'll see.
Oof.
We'll take you through that, okay, folks. So don't you worry. Now the other one that Deval is going to speak about is "We Own This City," and boy, I love that title. We own the city. Who's owning which city? Like why? How?
Oh, mate, I'm gonna say one name. Yeah, one name tells you what you got. What this is all about. Just one name. The Punisher.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay, there you
The
go.
Punisher. Yeah. John Bernthal.
Burnthal.
He's in this. I'm going to say another name. Yeah. Another name. This is coming on HBO, so you know it's going to be gritty. Yeah. HBO
Yeah,
don't
it's
mess
going to be
around.
good.
This is a TV show about cops, about inner city, about crime and all that kind of shit. And some of these cops are crooked cops. They're
Okay,
saying, we own
there you
this
go.
city. We ain't putting up with this shit anymore. Yeah, if they come up to a drugs bust, they're saying, "Hold on a second,
Let's take the money.
why do we gotta give this money back to the city? We own this city. We're the ones out here. You know, we're the ones out here risking our lives and all that." So he's saying, "No, let's take some of this money. Let's keep some of this money. All it's going to do is going to go in some sort of vault and
Exactly.
go back into the politicians' pockets." This is brought to us by the same people that brought us. I want to say The Wire.
Oh, it sounds a bit
I want
wiry,
to
do you
say The
know?
Wire. Yeah, it's brought to us by the production team that brought us. I want to say The Wire. Uh, yeah, I want to say The Wire. But those sorts of shows that are really gritty, all to do with crime and stuff like that. So this one looks like it could be a really good show, man. A really good show. So yeah, I can't wait
And
to see it.
it's got the guy from The Wire in it, Jamie Hector.
Yeah,
He was in The Wire.
yeah. There you go. Yeah.
So he's kind of got that kind of
Oh,
connection there. But
and it's got Marlowe. Marlowe was in The Wire as well. Yeah. Oh, that's Jamie Hector.
ah,
Sorry. Yeah, Marlowe. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. So I
yeah,
think
yeah, yeah,
it's the people that brought us The Wire, basically. Yeah. So this is going to
yeah.
be
It's got to be
next level good. I ain't got to say no more.
exactly.
Yeah.
And John Bernthal, man. I mean, he's a great actor.
He's got
You've
that
all
same
seen
walk,
him, folks.
Punisher walk. You know.
Oh man,
He's got his
he's
guns
just
and all
like
that.
that big square head as well. He's
Mm.
just like flipping out, man. Yeah, go check that out. I mean,
Yeah.
I want to watch it. HBO Max. Now the other one that we can speak about is the First Lady.
Mm, mm,
Now, the First Lady, man. There's been so many First Ladies, but which First Lady are we talking about, Deval?
This one is Obama. Obama. This is the TV show as well. This is going to be on Showtime. And who's playing the First Lady? None other than Viola Davis. Yep, Viola Davis
Amanda
playing the
Waller,
First
man.
Lady.
She don't mess
Amanda
around.
Waller. Amanda Keaton. Michelle Pfeiffer's going to be in it. Gillian Anderson's going to be in it. So Scully. Dakota Fanning's going to be in it. Aaron Eckhart. A guy who looks like Craig David. OT. What else he
It's
does?
so true. He looks like Craig David. It's so unbelievable. And he was in Black Widow.
Yes, he was that guy. Yeah,
Yeah, her mate.
Sutherland. This is basically a TV show about Michelle Obama and her life and her challenges and all that sort of thing. But from when Viola Davis is playing her, you ain't got to worry
She
about
doesn't
stuff.
do shit
Yeah,
programs.
you ain't got to worry, man. It's all good. It's all good.
She seriously, she's gonna, and you know her role is gonna be like, it's just she's
Mm,
gonna bring
yeah,
like so much to that role, like everything that she does. She's a great actress, man.
she
I
looks
love
like
it.
her in
Yeah.
this as well.
So
She looks like her face and everything. So this
yeah.
is out in April, so not long to go. Not long to go.
Exactly. So, if you're done with the drama,
Mm,
if you're done with the cops and robbers and all that politics and all that stuff, how about this from Netflix coming soon in 2022? There's a trailer that just dropped. You've heard of the game. You've maybe even played the game.
mm, mm.
Tekken
Hi.
is coming to a small screen near you via
Mm,
Netflix and Deval, man. Check this out, right? It's just like I thought, hang on a second, this is nah,
Tekken.
this isn't gonna work. This isn't gonna work. But listen, I watched the trailer and I was like, damn, I wanna watch this.
Mm,
And it's basically everything that you'd expect. Like if you've played the Tekken games, like
mm,
there's challenges. It's a fighting game,
yeah.
but each of those characters has a backstory, and
Mm,
this has that backstory about those characters, and it looks wicked, man. Seriously,
yeah.
I want to watch this, man. And
Oh, anime
yeah,
style,
man,
isn't
I
it?
remember playing the game.
Yeah. Who was your character in the game? Who did you use? Do you remember?
I think I always used to end up playing like doing the chicks, man. Sometimes I was
No,
always
me
used to
too.
like
I used to be Nina Williams because she used to have the arm breakers. You could break the
yeah,
arm and all that. And you had Nina Williams, Kazuya. I used to be King sometimes.
yeah.
I would say Yoshimitsu. He was a bit of a nutter. Then you
Oh
had
man,
Jin Kazama, who was he was Heihachi's I think grandson, who I think is going to be the main person in this. Heihachi Kazama.
yeah, that's it. Yeah, that was the one. Yeah,
Yeah, so
um,
interesting. Yeah, I mean,
I think
Tekken's
it's
been
going to be
out for
great, man.
years.
Seriously.
Mid to early '90s, it came out on PlayStation years ago.
Yeah.
Paul Phoenix,
Oh my
Paul
gosh.
Phoenix wins.
Oh man. Listen. Fans of, the that. that period and like
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
games and like kind of those fighting games, you're gonna obviously love this.
Mm,
So yeah, it's the full name of this is Tekken Bloodline,
mm,
and yeah, I think it's going to go deep into kind of like the
yeah.
characters and the
Yeah.
kind of the mythos behind all those different characters and everything. So yeah, the
Mm,
teaser trailer gives you enough; it whets your appetite. But I think
not
when the
too much.
show comes,
Mm.
yeah, it's just going to
On
be kind
Netflix,
of
yeah?
like this is a Netflix. It's
Yeah.
coming soon. They haven't actually given a date yet,
Yeah.
but it's coming soon this
Mhm.
year. So listen, we'll be there. We'll be watching it, and we will definitely let you know about it. All right,
Cool.
okay. Let's move on to anniversary corner, and we've got this movie from 20 years ago, 2002.
Mm.
Now,
This is something that you won't usually
Unfaithful.
find at this podcast because we're not. Yeah. We are
We
not.
are faith. We
Exactly.
we are the faithful. All right. So
Exactly.
listen, we're there with you all the way
Exactly.
through.
Yep.
We've been there with you for 181 episodes. So you cannot call us unfaithful. But listen, this
Mhm.
movie Unfaithful from 20 years. Deval, tell us about this one.
Yeah, so this one kind of falls in line with one of the movies we're going to talk about later. This one's called Unfaithful. This is one of those classic sort of 90s-ish kind of movies. This came out in 2002, so it's 20 years old. Richard Gere, we all know Richard Gere from Pretty Woman and all those other
Yep.
films. Diane Lane is in this movie as well. Tim Robbins is in this movie. No, he's not actually. I lied. He's not in this movie. Someone that looks like him. But it's about a couple, married couple, and their relationship just goes down another path when one of them starts flirting with a third party. And you know what happens when usually third parties get involved? Fire and theft.
Oh,
So,
it's
so
true. It's
third
true.
part,
Great,
yeah,
brilliant.
so one of them becomes unfaithful. It's one of those movies that grips you, the drama, because lots of people have
Yeah.
been involved in this in their lives one way or the other,
Yeah.
and it really captures people's emotions. So this film, yeah, Unfaithful, is one of those movies that it's interesting to find out who, why, where, how, and when did this happen?
Oh,
When did this happen?
why? Why did this happen?
Exactly.
Do you remember in the 90s with the Indecent Proposal? Do you
Yes.
remember that one?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
that was
Yes.
like a
Yeah.
huge kind of, those, and even before that, like, in the 80s, Fatal Attraction,
Oh,
there's these types of
yes.
movies,
And
man,
you
where
know what?
there's,
The funny thing is, that's such a good movie. I've got to see that again because there's
oh,
young
man.
people out here these days. When I say young people, I mean even people in their 20s, yeah, that use
Yes,
the term bunny boiler and they don't know where it came from.
where it comes from.
Exactly, they don't know where it
You need
comes
to
from.
watch Fatal Attraction.
Hmm.
So yeah, seriously, go watch Fatal Attraction. So yeah, this is Unfaithful, and
Yeah.
yeah, and like Deval said, it feeds nicely into the movie that we're going to kind of talk about. So this is a new Amazon exclusive movie. This is called Deep Water. It was
Hmm.
released just over the weekend, a couple of days ago, or whatever, and it stars Ben Affleck and it stars Ana de Armas. And people might know this, the backstory behind these people. So this movie was started, I think they started production in 2019. They got intimate with each other. They got faithful with each other, and they hit it off. They started having a relationship, and then what they produced was this movie. So, Devout, take it away. Tell us about Deep Water.
Yeah, Deep Water is again. It kind of reminded me of those '90s kind of vibes, sort of drama, sort of relationship kind of movies. Even the music sounded kind of '90s in this for part of it. Like you just said, uh, Ben Affleck and Anna de Armas's characters are married. They've got a young child as well, a young daughter. She's about 6 years old, maybe. They live a good life. Ben Affleck is a retired tech guy. He made some really big moves earlier on in his career. So now he's retired and does a few bits and bobs here. So they're financially stable.
Yeah.
Got a nice house. Not sure what state it is, but it seems like a leafy part of town. Nice neighborhood. So they're both not working, but they're fine. Ben Affleck does, potters around the house. He's got a couple of hobbies here, rides his bike and stuff like that. Daughter goes to school, and the sultry Ana de Armas, she is around the house doing her thing. But also from the get go of this film, which actually kind of
Yeah.
shocked me. It's like Ana de Armas's character is flirting with other men openly, and Ben Affleck is there. He sees it. They have these dinner parties, and guests come round, and Ana de Armas is hardly with her husband. She's always with this other guy, and sort of flirting, and then
Yeah.
she'll run off with the other guy to a spare room, and they'll start getting busy.
That have a
And
nookie, yeah.
yeah, and then Ben Affleck's character, he would sort of follow them and sort of spy and see what's going on. And there'd be moments where she sees him looking at her, and she carries on. And it's like it's some sort of, I don't know what kind of arrangement they've
They've
got,
got a
but
little game going on or
yeah, from the
something.
get go, this is what this is. It's just set out that way. We don't know why it's set out that way, but it is.
Yeah.
But they still kind of there's some sort of friction there as well, because Ben Affleck's character seems to be okay with it, but he's not.
Right, right,
And
right,
then
right.
Anna de Armas's character, she's emotionally kind of volatile, if I can say. She's never
Right.
level. She's up and down. Sometimes she's angry with him because she says, "Oh, any normal man would hate what I do," and she's kind of calling him out, saying, "Why aren't you reacting to this? Why are you letting this be?"
Yeah.
I don't understand. I just don't understand why this has happened. But yeah, the film kind of carries on that way. You see different men come to the house, during dinner parties and stuff, and people. The funny thing is, as well, people don't really call it out. It's almost as if this is normal,
This is
because
accepted.
yeah, she's with her flirting with these other guys. It's just normal, and she brings them and stuff. And there's one guy that she brought to the house, and Ben Affleck actually, he kind of went to the got up to the guy's face, not in front of her, but he started saying stuff to the guy to put him off, to try and get him away. He said, "Oh, I
Oh,
killed
okay.
someone before," and the guy's like, "Huh? Well, no, you didn't." So yeah, I did. I hit him with a hammer. And he's kind of like, and the guy's like, "Are you threatening me?" He's like, "Oh, do you feel threatened?" So it's kind of like he starts to, show himself and show that he doesn't want
Yeah.
this to happen, but at the same time, he still lets it happen. It's really weird, but yeah, the
Okay.
film just kind of carries on that way. That kind of, tug of war between them, the power struggle or whatever you want to call it, and before you know it, the bodies start to pile up. so,
Oh
so
shit.
these men that she brings to the house and she's flirting with bit by bit, yeah,
They
stuff
go
starts
they
to happen.
disappear.
Yeah, so Deep Water, the name of the film kind of relates to something that happens with one of these men, but it also relates to just, when you're on the surface, people see things on the surface and think, oh, an iceberg is only sticking up that much. But really, we know under the surface, there's
Yeah.
much more than meets the eye. So that's
Huge.
kind of where I think the name of the film comes from. But it's an interesting film. It kind of kept me hooked for most of it, but I will say there were question marks for me. The film started in this situation. We don't know why the situation is, why they're allowed to have this open relationship. I don't really
Yeah.
know much about their motivations for it. And I'm not going to lie, I mean, it ended not answering many of these questions. I still
Yeah.
don't know. I still don't know what's going on. But it does get
Yeah.
juicy.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. And that whole thing about it being juicy, a lot of people are saying like online, like,
Hmm.
they get, she gets a bit like, she gets a kit off.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's quite a sultry. Yeah, she does get you get to see her top half, and some of her bottom half and stuff. You don't get to see any of Ben Affleck. Maybe that's a good thing. I don't know,
Ah,
but yeah, you get she's very like expressive with her feelings and touch. You'll see it when she's flirting with these people out in the open. That's the thing. It's
yeah,
like someone can say, "Oh, that's just what she's like," but she's very hands on,
right.
and the way she
Touchy
dresses,
feely.
yeah, the way she dresses as well is very. It's not overly provocative, but it's just there enough, to sort of
Yeah,
make a man think, "Ooh," kind of thing. So she's very like that, and that's her character, and it plays towards what her intentions are. But yeah, I mean, both as actors, they've done really well. They had their
right.
moments where they loved each other and stuff, and other moments where they argued and all that sort of thing. But it just left too many questions for me. Too many questions
Yeah,
that
yeah.
are not answered. And maybe in life, sometimes that's how things turn out. You don't always
And
get the
that's how
answers you're
people
looking
are.
for. There you go. But yeah, it's just a bit
Yeah.
of a weird one for me. But I guess
Did
on
you did you ever
Amazon, yeah,
catch Gone Girl?
yeah, Gone Girl for me was a much better film for me.
Yeah,
Much
yeah. I mean,
longer,
I really
but
like
still.
that.
Mm. Gone Girl was good for me. I like that one. This one kind of has elements of that involved, but yeah, Gone Girl was a bit more. Yeah, had more to it. Definitely.
Yeah, it's kind of a bit more
Yeah.
twisty turny that one.
If I could put
So
a sort of analogy, this movie is like, you got your roast beef, yeah, and then you got
yeah,
a couple of potatoes. I mean, you can get by. You can get by with that. You can get by with roast beef is nice. The potatoes are nice. You can eat and you're fine. Carry on with the day. But what you
carry on
really
with the
want is
day.
roast beef. You want the potatoes. You want a bit of veg. You want the gravy. You know what I mean? You want all that kind of, and that's what I think
You want the
that's
whole thing, man.
exactly that's what was missing. Something was missing, but I still was fed.
Right, yeah, 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 exactly. All
Mm.
right, okay, that's interesting. And interestingly, look, the two in real life,
Yeah,
it never worked out.
didn't work out again. So maybe she was flirting with someone else. I
Exactly.
don't know.
Yeah,
He didn't
he was
like
getting
it.
his veg from someone else. All right. So listen, yeah. So go check that one out. That's on Amazon. And remember, if you do watch the movie, drop us a review on our
Mm,
Instagram page, and we'll read it on next week's episode. Now, listen. I'll quickly speak about this movie. This is called Windfall,
mm,
and this is a recent release on Netflix. And yeah, so listen, this one came out of the blue. Didn't really know anything about the movie, so during the week and everything, I thought, oh, the synopsis sounded really, really good. Stars Jason Segel, stars Jesse Plemons, who
mm.
I just recently saw in The Power of the Dog, and it
Okay.
also stars Lily Collins, who some people might know is the daughter of a famous British singer, Phil Collins.
Is it? I didn't know that.
Yes,
She's the one that
yes,
plays
yeah.
Pam in Tommy and Pam or Pam and Tommy at the moment, yeah? With someone else I'm thinking of.
Oh no, that's someone else.
No.
No,
Okay.
this is Lily. Yeah, I'm sure it's Lily Collins. I'm pretty
Okay.
sure it's Lily Collins.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
what do you call it? Yeah, I'm
Phil
just let me
Collins. I
now.
can hear
Now
it.
you've got me,
Night. Oh,
Lily Collins. Yeah,
do.
I can feel. Yeah,
That's it.
exactly. Do you remember that? Yeah. So yeah. So again, I mean, like, look, it's a new release on Netflix, and I was like, shall I give this one a go? I was kind of like, I'm in iron, and then I thought, sod it, I'm just going to put it on.
Mm,
I like the actors, and I'm going to give this movie about 20 minutes. That's what I said to myself. I'm going to give this movie about 20 minutes, and if it's really boring, I'm just going to switch off. So the movie starts off with this is one static shot of this lonely house, and the
mm,
camera stays on this house for kind of like a few moments, and then it kind of shows other shots, and really, really kind of these a beautiful surrounding how place, and this huge house, and then I thought to myself, hang on, this movie is doing something really weird. It's drawing me into the story. But
mm,
why is it drawing me into the story? Because in those first few minutes, nothing is absolutely happening. And then I realized it was the music. The music is so kind of
mm.
like violin-y, and it's so kind of reminding me of like Hitchcock, these
Ah,
noirish
yes,
thrillers.
yes.
I was like, oh, okay, this
Mm,
is what the movie's doing. It's sucking me into this
mm,
whole kind of thing through the music. And then we find Jason Segel. He's in this house and he's drinking like orange juice and he's walking around the house and he's like, and you get the impression that it's his house. But
mm,
actually, within the first 10 minutes of the movie, lo and behold, you realize he's actually there, uninvited,
mm,
and he's there to steal.
okay.
But little does he know, the owners of the house have come back early from their trip. So he is in the middle of his getaway, but then he gets caught. And then what happens throughout the 90-minute movie is Jason Segel as the robber. He's credited as nobody. That's his character in the movie, is
Mm,
nobody, and he has to really like kind of cleverly try and get what he came for, but at the same time teach these two people a lesson, which is the kind of the thing that I got from the movie. And Devout, honestly, man, I was really, really surprised about it. I
mm,
thought it was a movie that wasn't going to work for me because it's just this one location, it's this house, these three characters, and I found the movie really tense. But at the same time, I also found the movie quite funny. Jason Segel, he's a bumbling idiot,
yeah, but like
right?
Boris Johnson.
Exactly. He's got the stature for it. He's just like kind of like this really tall oaf, and he messes up, and he's and Jesse Plemons, from being such a really nice guy in Power of the Dog, he plays a complete asshole
Okay.
in this movie. And you mentioned in Deep Water about this relationship that this married couple have, Ben Affleck and Anna de Armas. Well, this movie is about a married couple as well, and
Mm,
the kind of the tension between those two and what happens over the course of the movie and how their relationship gets reconciled as well. Honestly, man, it was unpredictable. It's kind of a Hitchcockian. It's this thriller. It's this kind of like noirish type vibe to it, and yeah, I wasn't expecting it. And
Mm.
man, it's decent. I gotta
Yeah.
say, it's a decent movie,
Serious.
man. Seriously.
Okay.
It's a decent movie.
I need to watch
And
it. You
Jason
say, yeah.
Segel is actually quite good. You got to watch it. And it's only 90 minutes. The great thing about it is this
Mm.
movie, it whizzes by.
Okay.
And at each step, you're like thinking, shit, what's going to happen next? Like, who's this next character coming in the house? And like, how's he going to get away with all this money that he's got?
Mm.
And, what's his dynamic between, this married couple? And like, is there anyone going to die at the end of the movie and everything? So yeah, man, it keeps you guessing, which is really good. And that's what you want from a movie, right?
Mm. Yeah, of course. This is on Amazon, did you say?
This is on Netflix.
Oh, Netflix. Okay. 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 All right.
So if you can watch it, definitely go do that. And Devout, I'm just going to speak about this last
Mm.
movie
Yeah,
just
of
really
course.
quickly. So, Oscar-nominated movie West Side Story has been released
Okay.
on Disney Plus. So anyone who's got that Disney Plus subscription, you can go out there and you can watch this. And here's the thing, right, with West Side Story, Devout, they spent $100 million on this movie. It came
Mm.
out at the end of 2021, so December time.
Yeah,
And let's be honest here, it was up against Spider-Man No Way Home. The
mate.
movie, the movie tanked. The,
Serious.
the movie tanked. It
Ah,
only made $10 million in its opening weekend, and Spider-Man just kind of just like,
took over.
took over. Like that killed everything,
Really?
right? And here's the thing, right? It's directed by Steven Spielberg. It is absolutely immaculately shot.
Mm.
It's so beautiful to look at. It's so well crafted. The cinematography, the colors, the production
Mm.
value, the dancing, the music is all brilliant. But it still failed to light up at the box office. And my thing was this: people are never going to invest in these movies if they don't do well.
Yeah, you're right. That's what it comes down to.
And
Investors' confidence.
Exactly. And listen, we love comic book movies. I love comic book movies, but at the same time, you need to have some balance,
Yeah, of
right? So you
course.
need to have these types of movies. And West Side Story is the type of movie that we need, but we might not get more of these movies. And it's based on a 1961 movie, which was then previously based on a stage production,
Yeah.
in New York. And it was very, very successful. That original 1961 movie won 10 Oscars. This movie right now is nominated for 7 Oscars. Steven Spielberg, he's been nominated as director. He's been nominated for Best
Mm.
Picture. I think Maria DeBose, she's already won a BAFTA. She won the
Mm.
BAFTA a couple of days ago in the UK. So
What
I
could happen with
think
this though? Do you know what? Because sometimes this happens with a movie and it doesn't do well at the box office, but it might get a couple of Oscars and then later on be re-released around
there you
Oscar
go.
time, and then it does something better then. So that could happen here, possibly.
It could happen,
Mm.
and definitely. And just briefly, I'll just tell you a quick story. So the story is about the Jets and the Sharks, and these are two rival gangs in 1950s New York. The Jets are Caucasian,
Mm.
they're white, and the Sharks are Puerto Ricans. So they are the immigrants,
Puerto
and there's this
Rico.
conflict with yeah. So there's this kind of conflict. In 1950s, people are competing for space, people are
Mm.
competing for jobs, people are competing for basically everything, and the movie's set in this one of kind of like a downtown slum area in 1950s New York, and it's about to be torn down, but these two warring factions,
Yeah.
they have issues with each other, and they are constantly at each other's throats. And amidst all of this is this love story between, and just interrupt me when this all becomes kind of apparent where you've heard this before. There's a love story between someone from the Puerto Riqueño side,
Hmm.
and then someone from the Jet side. Does that sound
Mm.
familiar to you?
Romeo and Juliet. Yeah.
Absolutely. Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah.
Can you see where this movie's going?
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Right. So think of Romeo and Juliet, but
Mm,
set in 1950s New York with two warring factions, but add in now music and dance,
mm,
and now you know where we're at.
mm.
And it's a really long movie. I'm not going to sugarcoat this. It's over 2.5 hours long.
Okay.
It's breathtaking to look at. It's amazing, but it's a movie that you need to watch on the big screen. And
Mm.
watching it on my 55-inch Samsung television, it just didn't feel the same, man.
No. Oh,
For me, anyway.
okay.
For
Okay.
me,
Okay.
anyway. I just felt like as if it needed to be watched on the big screen.
Mm,
And unfortunately, like you're not going to get that chance because Disney realized that it wasn't doing well. They were like, okay, let's put it out onto Disney, and maybe we're going to get some fan following over there. And people may recall In the Heights came out in
yeah.
2019.
Yeah.
Sorry, came out in 2021. The beginning of 2021. There are similarities over there, and yeah, it has its moments. And for me, what I loved the most was the fact that it just looks so lavish.
Mm,
The acting is really good, and the fact that they decided, Steven Spielberg said that he wanted to use Latin American actors for the Latin American roles because back in the 60s
mm.
they whitewashed them all.
Yeah. So authenticity is important. Yeah. I get that.
Huge,
Yeah. Yeah. I get
huge.
that.
And I commend it for that. The fact that they
Mm.
speak a lot of Spanish in the movie
Okay.
without subtitles.
Oh, serious? Oh, okay.
Yes, and
Oh,
they were trying to keep the struggle real.
yeah.
Like back in the 50s, things weren't easy. If you're an
Mm,
immigrant, you're coming to like America,
mm,
you
mm.
were gonna face hostility, and that is what kind of like you see in the movie as well. And and in the backdrop of that is a love story. So the message for me that I got from the movie was we have differences
Yeah.
between races, between cultures. There's a flipping war going on right now,
Yeah.
but
Mm,
love can prevail.
mm-hmm. It conquers all. It
Love conquers
conquers
all.
all.
And that's it, Deval. That's all I got for you.
Cool, nice one. So we've got quite a lot of films for everyone to sort of go through. So let us know what you think of those, and
Yeah.
let us know on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, whatever you want to do. Write us a review, and you can win that Disney Plus subscription up until the 30th of April. So time is running out. So hurry up and do
Yeah.
that. So yeah, that's
Just
it
do
really.
it. All right. That's it.
Cool. Peace out.
And the
Yeah.
Flixters are back, ladies and gentlemen. So listen,
Sure
check this
are.
out.
Oh, look, we've got matching tees, but black.
Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Just pop in the Flixters podcast.